Da 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 da. Okay. Well, today, let's make sure this board is secure here. All right, can you see? Oh, I don't know how well they can see, but they're gonna try. Okay, so frequency is how often, right? How often is the question, right? So this is review for you. This is review. How often do you brush your teeth? Simple present, right? We're talking about routine. How often do you brush your teeth?
I always in the night.
This is probably a bad example because you would probably say, I brush my teeth every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Okay, so.
And before the lunch.
Yes.
Dinner.
But let's simplify it for right now and just concentrate on never, rarely, sometimes, usually, always. Okay, so we're not going to say once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, every day. All of that is correct, but for now, let's just focus on these. So we'll keep it very simple, just for review. Rarely, you can also use the word seldom, but rarely I think is the better word. You could say seldom, but it's maybe old-fashioned. So let me use a better example. Forget brush your teeth or brush your hair.
Cut your hair?
Okay, let's use that. Let's say cut your hair. Or do you get a haircut? How often do you get a haircut? Now, we're not going to be specific. This is not specific. If you say, I get a haircut once a month, that's correct. That's specific.
Or I never.
But let's simplify it for now and just use these. I usually get a haircut every month. Or you could say, I always get a haircut every month. Okay, always is 100%. I always get a haircut every month. I usually get a haircut every month. Almost always. I sometimes get a haircut. Maybe 3 times a year or something, right? Now, this is not an exact percentage. This is just an idea, this line. 50%, whatever, that's just an idea. But never is 0%. This is review, so we're going a little fast. But never, you could say, I never get a haircut. My hair is very long. I never get a haircut. Never. 0%. I always get a haircut every month. My hair is short. I always get a haircut every month. Ooh, I rarely get a haircut. Maybe once a year. Maybe twice a year. I rarely get a haircut. I seldom get a haircut. Rarely or seldom are the same thing. Sometimes is in the middle. I sometimes get a haircut. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Once in a while. Once in a while. Let me put that here. Once in a while. Once in a while. Once in a while. I get a haircut once in a while. Sometimes. Let's think of an easier example. Let's see. How often do you come to school? I sometimes come to school. Jennifer. I rarely come to school. Yolanda. I usually come to school. Edelmira.
Yes, I do.
Who always comes to school? Anybody always?
I.
Moringa is almost always comes to school. Edelmira almost always comes to school. Teacher Tom
Most of the time.
almost always comes to school.
On Monday.
On Monday you don't.
On Monday, you didn't come to school. Didn't, past tense. Okay, so questions so far. This is review. This is review. But remember, frequency is how often. How often? How often do you drive to work? I never drive to work. I walk to work. Or I always drive to work. I drive to work every day. Let's adjust this just a hair. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, let's listen and repeat. Never.
Never.
Rarely.
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 Seldom.
Seldom.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Usually.
Usually.
Always.
Always.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Okay, one more time. Rarely.
Rarely.
I'm sorry.
Never.
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 Rarely.
Rarely.
Seldom.
Seldom.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Usually.
Usually.
Almost always.
Almost always.
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 How often do you speak English? How often do you speak English?
Often. I speak English often.
I speak English often. I often speak English. Oh, usually? Did I not put often here?
No.
Let's include often. Let's
Yeah,
include
I
often.
have it in my mind.
Let's do one more. Thank you, Edelmira.
I use often.
Let's use, whoops, let's get a marker that works and use one more. One more. Thank you, Edelmira. Often. Here, let's put it in here too. Often. Actually, that's a word we're practicing today, so thank you for reminding me. Often is similar to usually. This is not exact mathematics. This is just an idea. This visual is just an idea. It's not science here. It's not exact science. Often is similar to usually. Edelmira said, I often speak English. That's more than sometimes, but not always.
When I go to the class, I usually speak English.
Oh, very good. Moringa said, when I go to class, I usually speak English. Sometimes Japanese,
No.
never Japanese.
Never Japanese.
Sometimes Portuguese,
No.
never Portuguese.
Never.
Sometimes
In the home, no speak English. Never.
At home,
At home,
I never.
I never speak English.
At home, I never speak English. Oh, at home, I always speak English. Okay, but I think you understand. So sorry, let's include one more. Often.
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 Okay, one more time. Listen and repeat. Never.
Never.
Rarely.
Rarely.
Seldom.
Seldom.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Often.
Often.
Usually.
Usually.
Almost always.
Almost always.
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 Now, we don't say often.
Often.
The T is very soft. Often. It's almost silent. Often. Nobody says often. Well, you could, I guess, but nobody really talks like that. Okay? So often.
Often.
Let's see. You think of a question. You ask me. How often? You ask me. How often do you ask me?
How often do you going
Base verb. How often do you
Go in
go?
the gym.
to the movies?
I'm sorry, not base verb, but it's simple present. How often do you go to the movies? I rarely go to the movies. I rarely go to the movies.
Okay.
Once in a while, maybe. Rarely. Ask me. How often do you
Go to the gym.
Right?
ask me the whole question?
How often you
How often do you?
go to the gym?
I rarely go to the gym.
I believe you.
I rarely go to the movies. I rarely go
How
to the gym.
often, you go to the
Do you?
swimming?
How often do
Do
you?
you? How often
go
you
swimming?
To the swimming?
Not the. How often do you go swimming?
Go swimming.
I never go
Oh.
swimming.
How often?
Almost never.
How often do you do hiking?
I almost always go hiking on the weekends. Maybe always. Almost always. I almost always go hiking on the weekend. Ask me, how often?
How often do you eat meat?
How often do you eat meat? I never eat meat. I never eat meat. I am a vegetarian.
This is out of the class. Where do you have your protein?
My what?
Protein.
Protein is everywhere.
But protein is nice everywhere. No? No, all kind of vegetable has protein. This
Yes.
protein.
Actually, vegetables have a lot of protein.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Fruits?
Well, protein are in fruit too, but there are vegetables that are packed with protein, like beans and like broccoli. It's a lot of protein. You need more fiber. Protein are everywhere. Now, let's get back to English grammar. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions? It's pretty easy, right?
Yes.
I know, it's review. Okay, so let me give you a little exercise. Now, this is your opinion, so your answers will be different. Okay, but you're just practicing. Always, usually, often, sometimes, seldom, rarely, never. Now, the numbers here are not exactly correct. It's just an idea. What?
In the canal inside you. In the
Oh, it gave you a notification?
In the YouTube.
Teacher Tom is online. Teacher Tom is online.
Yes,
You can see me face to face, though.
This is
Live, in person.
This is the privilege. You face to face with the teacher. Follow
Tom,
teacher
give Teacher
Tom.
Tom $500 an hour, and you get me for free.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions before we begin this exercise? Okay, take a few minutes and try this exercise. If you have a question, ask your partner first and then ask me second, okay? I'm going to take just a minute and talk to some of my students online, but you try this, okay? You can check with a partner when you finish. If you have a question, raise your hand.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
May I question something?
Yes, may I ask you something?
May I do something? Do you teach labor form in YouTube?
Well, eventually it will be all levels, but right now I just have a few videos. Or do you mean as a private lesson or videos?
No, video.
Well, there will be more later. But right now I don't have much time to put on videos because I'm teaching class. But maybe after this class finishes, I will have more time.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Happy English. Hello, Nina. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Faisal. Oh, Faisal, it looks like you're learning English very well. So just use the adverb of frequency. You got it. If you have a question, ask Edelmira.
I don't have any question.
Oh, you always miss Teacher Tom. Thank you, Nina. Let's see what anybody else says. Hello, Fatih. Hello, Philo. Philo. Ashton, hello. Siba. Sebastian. Wow, Merv. We are in school today here in Los Angeles. This is our morning class. It's still morning in Los Angeles. And we are doing adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency. Well, Faisal, it looks like you're learning English very well. Your answers will be different. This is just your opinion, okay? You learned English only on YouTube. That's pretty good. Hi, Nova. Facebook? Well, yes, I have a Facebook, but I don't use it much for Teacher Tom stuff. But I use Skype. ESLTeacherTom. Hi, Sadek. Well, you're learning very well, Faisal. Where are you from? Tell me when you finish. I'm just chatting for a few minutes with the online students. Morocco. Wow, we have many students online from Morocco. That's very interesting. Ask about the weather or ask about either? Right now I teach in Los Angeles, but I will be teaching online soon. Well, I teach online now already, but everybody's from Morocco. Morocco and Brazil. Would you like some water? Students are writing right now, just practicing adverbs of frequency. Always, sometimes, never. Ah, Algeria. That's not a word. Do you mean weather, like the weather outside? W-E-A-T-H-E-R? Azerbaijan. I know a little bit about Azerbaijan because I had a student who was from Azerbaijan. KSA, that's Saudi Arabia, right? Weather. Well, the weather here in Los Angeles is nice. It is sunny and warm, not too hot today. You'd say, how's the weather? What's the weather like? You want to learn English and German, okay. Well, English is a Germanic language in terms of grammar. I am also a teacher. There are more than one teachers. I would like to improve my speaking. I would like. How is the weather? Is correct. Not the second one. Okay, let me walk around and check on my students. Oh my goodness. The mirror's finished. Finish. You want to try the level 3? You want to try this level 3? Ooh, this is reported speech. Okay, if you want to try, I have an extra challenge. It's level 3, but you can try it. We're not going to study it today, but you can try. Did you get one?
Teacher.
Yes.
Aquí tengo.
You have one?
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else need one? Okay, $25. God save me. From what? Hi, Donnie. We are having sunny weather, you could say. It's sunny today. It's sunny today. It's sunny and cool. Okay, kids. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Any questions for me before I go? I have about 1 more minute. The question for today is how often? How often do you speak English? I always speak English. I sometimes speak English. Hi, Twee. How often do you come late to class? I never come late to class. I always come late to class. Me? Never. Almost never. How much time to perfect the language? I don't know. Every person is different. Depends on the person. Depends on the immersion. Depends on how many people you have in your life who are native English speakers. Okay, 30 seconds. Any questions for me before I go? Hi, Twee.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to get back to my class. So practice the adverbs of frequency. Always, sometimes, never, rarely. I rarely speak English, but I always speak Thamazit. I don't know that language. And sometimes I speak Arabic and French. Okay. Yes, I think watching movies in English can help a lot, and reading books in English can help a lot, and listening to music in English can help a lot, and practicing with Teacher Tom can help a lot. Okay, everyone, I will see you later. I have to get back to my class. Thank you for watching.